Hello, guys. Welcome back to the Chelsea Godfather channel. Let's talk about today's roundup of Chelsea related news. Joao Felix, guys, all good things must come to an end. It seems like this is the ongoing theme because Joao Felix is a player whom most Chelsea fans enjoyed watching Joao Felix perform for Chelsea. And on fortunately, the reports have come out today that Joao Felix is going to be sent back to his parent club, Atletico Madrid. Apparently, he's been seen as surplus to requirements following the hiring of Mauricio Pochettino, who feels that we already have a player who can perform what Felix does, and that would be none other than Christopher Nkunku. And so, Felix goes back. I mean, I enjoyed watching Felix. Felix was a player that always played with a smile on his face. He loved being a Chelsea player for all of whatever was it 6 months that he was here. Five months he was here at Chelsea. He gave it his all. Was he perfect? No, he was not perfect. But unlike many players, many actual Chelsea players, Felix was just he was happy whether he was on the bench, whether he was on the field, whether he started the game, whether he came off the bench. Felix always played with joy, always wasn't afraid to show his skill to try and create stuff, try and be an offensive spark for a team that otherwise was just having a nightmarish season. And in fairness to Felix, at the end of the season, it shows that he made 20 um, appearances and scored 4 goals. But if you look at if you watch, if you look at the totality of Felix, of Joao Felix performance during those 5 months, you'll notice that this is a player that tried his best, and he was a little bit unlucky. He must have hit the bar at least 5 or 6 times. I mean, for instance, in the away game at Dortmund, he hit the bar at least 2 or 3 times. I know against West Ham, I believe he hit the bar at least once or twice. He also had like some really marginal offside goals that were called off. So if you if you add up and say, okay, if this player was just a little bit more lucky in terms of the bar of the margins being on his side, what most likely would have happened is would have had a player, Joao Felix, that'll come in, play half a season and score at least 10 or more goals, and that's is a player and that's even with him still not being a perfect player. So that tells you that this is an awesome, Felix is an awesome, talent, and it's fortunate that the team that he plays for just does not play in a way that gets the most out of his abilities. And as it turns out, Pochettino feels like Felix is just an extra player for what we need, what he needs, Pochettino, and the price obviously that his club is asking for. Athletic, Madrid has valued Felix at somewhere around 100 million pounds, and guys, I mean that's just not gonna happen, and they're not budging on the final price. They're not budging on the loan fee. The loan fee for half a season of Felix was 10 million pounds, which is just crazy. It was mad crazy. And who knows what his wages are. So yeah, so when you look at the financial numbers, notwithstanding the fact that we all love Joao Felix from an FFP consideration, yeah, this is one deal. And even I mean I made one or two videos in the past where I even had to admit that I just didn't see Felix being retained at the end of this season, and so it has come to a pass. The next player to discuss is Mason Mount. Now, where are we with regards to Mason Mount? We're pretty much where we've always been, which is there's no movement on the Mason Mount issue. The only reason why I'm bringing this up, notwithstanding that Mason Mount's camp has come up with another hit piece to sort of blame Todd Bowley and his group for making some sort of half-assed uh, 1 year extension offer. They have made him an offer. They have planned to make him a massive offer prior to the World Cup. But when he came back from the World Cup, uh, um, um, apparently the tune had changed, and Chelsea made him a 1 year offer. Guys, I mean, I'm just tired. I'm just tired of the he said, she said when it comes to this whole Mason Mount saga. The actual truth is, regardless of who's saying what, I mean, Mason Mount, if you want to play for your boyhood club, guys, you're gonna find a way to make it happen. It's just as simple as that. Now, as it turns out, it appears that Pochettino is throwing uh, Mason Mount one more lifeline. I mean, he's literally going to bat for Mason Mount. Who knows? Maybe part of shipping Felix back to his apparent club is part of Pochettino's way of creating space on the roster so that Mason Mount feels comfortable in extending his contract and feeling like there's a starting role for him on this Chelsea team. It's possible. Never say never, guys. When money is involved, when Taboli is involved, we already know anything can happen. So until a deal is done either way, anything can happen. So for me, especially in consideration of Felix being sent back to his parent club, there's still a 50-50 chance, or even a greater than 50-50 chance that Mason Mount could actually stay at Chelsea. But it's fingers crossed. The next player to discuss is none other than our legend N'Golo Kante. Guys, it turns out that Kante picked up another injury towards the tail end of this season. Guys, I mean, I'm sure y'all are aware that there were some promising reports earlier, or rather later in the season, the second half of the season, suggesting that there was going to be a contract extension for Kante. I believe Kante is 31 years old. His age is not really the issue. The issue is his recent concerning injury record. I mean, he's just been having terrible injuries that have been knocking him out for like really long chunks of the season. And this season, I mean, I believe Kante has only barely played. I don't think he's played. I mean, maybe 5 or 6 games. I know he hasn't played anywhere near 10 games this entire season. I mean, this has been just an awful season for Kante with regards to injuries. Limiting his on-field appearances, and so it appears that whatever contract extension that the club was planning to slap on the table to hold on to Kante. It appears that Chelsea's having some level of you know hesitation, right? Second thoughts. I mean, should we extend him or not? And it's a possibility that Kante may not be extended. Is a real possibility, which is why we've been hearing a lot of reports still heavily linking us to Moises Caicedo, and this is not withstanding the fact that Chelsea appears to be moving further along in pursuing Manuel Ugarte, and it appears that with regards to the Ugarte deal, their player is seemingly happy with personal terms that have been you know offered by Chelsea. So it's just a matter of Chelsea and his club reaching an agreement on the player's transfer fee from Lisbon. And so if Chelsea is able to wrap that up, then that would provide the defensive midfield option that we need to help Enzo in midfield. And then Kante was going to be another midfield option, but if he's not going to be around, then obviously the club's going to have to move really hard and fast at whatever price to wrap up Moises Caicedo. And so it seems like everything is moving. This is Chelsea, and when we move fast. So don't sleep on us. Don't sleep on Chelsea this summer. I mean, they're still going to be going after obviously a striker. That's like a really big question mark. Possibly with the possibility of Vla, Vlahovic from Juventus, and then also we'll also need a goalie who may or may not be the Inter Milan goalie. So let's just keep our fingers crossed, keep our eyes open, and just keep pushing hard for the boys in blues. Guys, take care, God bless, and subscribe to my channel. Peace.